Let's go.
Okay, so we kind of left on a little
semi-cliffhanger.
A dark note, little bit of a cliffhanger on our last
The queen is a bitch.
episode. Someone got a little big for their britches and had to be smacked down.
That monkey joke got smacked down.
So
Gorilla joke.
the Air Genasi ended up taking quite a bit of damage and was escorted upstairs, up to the top of the level again. And the Drow priestess Ilvara basically summoned all of the prisoners down to the little the pool of water here at the bottom to address them, and is prepared to make another example of someone as the Arab cockroach was instructed to kneel, and he said 1 knee or 2.
We're all wearing masks.
So that's that.
And so there were 2 characters killed that day. I know the fucked up thing is, she said, do we need to make another example? I pointed at him! That's all you got to pick out!
This is so true. You guys
So you died?
You got sacrificed episode 1.
At least your character made it to episode 2.
Okay, so she reaches for the whip at her side.
Oh boy.
Reaches back.
Do it.
And then makes a strike at you.
4 times?
No, just once again.
That was all it wants
Well,
to.
because he's restrained, it's going to be with advantage. 15?
Whoa!
I'm down.
No, I mean, does a 15
hit point? Yeah, special.
You didn't
We
check
knew our
mine.
class last time.
Well, because I rolled with advantage, and the lowest roll was a 22.
My armor has a 17. Did you check mine? Was I
You
checked?
didn't get hit, did you?
I did, but I quite got. I got
19
smacked.
hits, right? Okay.
I took 4 damage.
All right.
So 4.
She rolled a 19 on me.
7.
Just wait for the total.
No.
Just wait for the total.
Actually, I should probably do this. So 3
Times
30.
that sounds like a 30.
What is it? The first one was 7. It was 12. So 7 and 15.
It's
It's a total of 15, and I still have 2 more to roll.
Okay.
And that's actually, it's
Okay.
22. Total's 22 damage.
Wait. What?
Yeah.
Roll the 15 and then roll the 7.
31 damage?
Altogether?
Welcome to the club!
I'm still alive, bitch. Welcome to the crypt.
You had 15 health, didn't you?
Because I took 2 from him earlier. So
You just took 31 damage. What's your
that means I need 34 total. So that's
One away! Hit him again. I think he's. You see him twitching, you kind of feel like it's going against your will.
The Quaggas don't even need to hold him up anymore. He's basically laying on the ground, writhing in pain, not coherent, not really conscious, and bleeding out.
Why should you only beat the little people?
The Quaggas pick him back up, and the other 3 Quaggas take him upstairs through the elevator.
Can I see your thing?
Wait, is that what we get?
At this point-
did you mark the damage?
At this point, Ilvara.
32. It's not 31. It was 32.
It's 32.
I thought it was 31.
32.
No, it was 32 total damage.
32 total damage.
So mark away that 1 and put a 2.
You're so quick to talk to the DM, but not fucking.
Listen, it won't let me go negative.
Yes, it will.
So well.
You overlooked it.
What was your current hit points after
15.
50? So put the 15.
That was 15 after my 2 damage.
So,
Right, there you go. 15.
Nope, that's 150.
I'm working on it.
Right after the 0.
But that was 15 after my 2 damage earlier?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then now type in the apply.
Hit apply.
And now tap the damage. Do 32. Apply. Oh, there you go.
There you go. Now you're in saves.
So yeah, I'm still right. Okay, so at this point, Ilvara turns to the rest of the prisoners and says, I have no shortage of slaves to put to work. I will not hesitate to kill anyone else.
You're upstairs. Shut up.
You can't say shit. You're dead.
No, that's my ghost
I
responding.
will have obedient slaves or none at all. The choice is yours.
And when she said that, I dropped down to 1 knee.
My head is covered and I'm on the ground.
I know I'm passed out, but I want to whisper like, what is it?
I just bow my head on 1 knee.
Alright.
I'm on the ground already.
He's just laying down.
I've been down and I have something over my head, so I can neither see what just happened nor react.
So the rest of the prisoners see the example you set, and they all end up getting down on the knee and kind of bowing their head.
Where are
Again, no one speaks Drow, right? I mean, you two are dead, but you guys don't speak Drow, right?
He's not dead yet.
No,
He's not conscious.
I speak Celestial and Common.
Okay, so she issues another command in Drow, and then the rest of the Drow guards end up escorting everyone back over to the elevator to take them back up into shifts.
Cool.
And at this point, everyone ends up getting put back into the slave pen.
Wait, sorry, I only speak Celestial.
You're dead, so you don't go back.
And everyone's kind of sitting there reflecting on what happened. Yeah.
I just checked. I don't speak Common. I don't know how it happened.
You should start default comments.
No, my language is default Celestial.
So
You only speak Celestial?
So you can't communicate with none of us.
I mean, I can, just not with words.
He's just gonna be like,
You're gonna be the mute giant.
Not true.
You can still speak, we just don't know what the fuck he's
Did
saying.
you already have a conversation with someone?
No.
Yeah.
no, he hasn't.
He did to me.
I shoved him.
He said, I don't
That's
like
true.
him.
I shoved him, and out of character, I said, I don't like you.
Well, you could have said that in Celestial, and you get the gist by the
It's
show.
true. You have no
Okay,
idea
so
what
we're
I
all in the cage again, right? Except the people that are
said.
dead.
Really note that down.
The one guy.
I should actually.
Is the bird boy down
You're
too?
still out.
I'm just
He's no longer. He's not there with you.
He's
He was taken
upstairs.
somewhere else.
Him too?
Yep.
They're gonna be eating good tonight.
Chicken.
Okay.
Okay. Take a look at your Discord real quick.
I didn't even get to say what I had. It's all Doug's fault.
Hey,
You had to say 1 or 2 fucking knees. You could have just kneeled down. You could have stayed quiet. No one kneels down on 2 knees.
How did I only end up next to
No. That's get on your knees. You kneels. You kneel one. You said kneel.
I'm just gonna go through my character and figure out how I decide.
Cool.
Languages. Oh, wait, here it is.
So everyone is in the
Common-
slave pen now. You
Cool.
guys doing?
Common, Elvish, Orc, and Celestial.
Common, Elvish, or
Orc and Celestial.
okay.
It's not on my character sheet. I had to go on my actual character to see it.
That's
Weird. I don't know why.
You can add it manually.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just looking around, seeing how many guards are there. And do we normally keep the same kind of workload or work kind of schedule?
You're always mixed up and put with different.
So you could be one day cleaning the shit and the next day filling water.
Yeah, you could be like
It's just
preparing
random.
food. It's very random, and then it's done intentionally. The Drow are doing it to make sure that there's not too many alliances formed.
Okay, so we're in the cage, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up to the mushroom.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ask him, do you speak? Or can you communicate?
He takes a step towards you, bursts out those spores, and then you slowly start to hear a voice in your head.
There we go. I can speak common.
Can you understand me?
Yes, I can. Are you in my head?
I would not say in your head. We are speaking through a mind link.
This is very interesting. I knew I'd seen you stand there. I didn't think you spoke.
I was speaking to one of the other prisoners. We are hoping to make an escape.
Further, I'm actually planning one. Now, this mind thing. Is it only me and you?
Right now, but anyone who I cover in the spores, we would all be linked.
Oh, really? Well, can you possibly do that now?
Yes, please explain to everyone, gather them in.
And at that second, I kind of break off and kind of walk gingerly to everyone and say, move a little bit closer in. I may have an idea or something of interest to everyone.
Okay.
Get away, goblin! I'm gonna shoo you away. No one's looking.
So,
Yeah.
what languages do you speak?
Common and Goblin. So the ones that don't speak Common, pretty much is not going to understand me.
Okay. One sec. Okay, so the one of the deep gnomes speaks Common. The one who's kind of off by himself.
Mm-hmm.
The dwarf maiden, shield maiden, also speaks Common, so you're able to kind of have a conversation with them and explain to them what's going on. The other ones don't really follow. Ront does understand and speak a little bit of Common, but he explains to you, no like dwarf.
That's fine, but if you want to see the daylight and escape, you will move a little closer. And I kind of say a little bit intimidating.
Oh, okay. All right, so that's going to be, let's do intimidation at least intimidation.
I can be intimidated.
You're dead!
Intimidated corpse.
See, bitches in the afterlife.
I pretty much got this one.
Yeah,
13.
I have a base of 16, and I think I get
Okay,
plus
so
2.
yeah, you want that.
So basically, you try to bow up on him, and then he actually stands to his full height and bows up on you instead.
I look at him and I'm like, that's nice. But are you going to move in?
No.
Then you're going to die here.
Fine.
Thank you.
He says fine, and then steps further away.
You
Off to the
dumbass!
side.
So I move closer to the mushroom guy.
And you called him a dumbass, he has to react to that now.
Read it.
I'm good.
All right, so
I'm pretty sure I'm good.
he is going to rush up and attack you.
Cool.
19 to hit.
24.
24.
Oh no, hold on. Wrong. 16, you got me.
It's held to 20.
My armor class is 16. Wait, do we have our armor on and stuff right now?
No.
Oh,
So go to your inventory.
yeah, that's right. Thank you.
From the grave, bitch!
I'm a monk, so my arm class is staged.
Shut up, no one cares.
Bone down.
Oh, that is great.
I just don't have my shield.
Oh, that's right,
I'm
yes.
not.
Well,
My guy doesn't wear armor anyways.
Well, yours goes down even
My
further.
AC just went down to 15 from 17.
I went down to 11.
Damn.
For your armor class?
16? From the he was wearing heavy. Yeah.
I rolled the d4. I gotta roll d4. 1 damage.
Man.
So he basically rushes.
Wait, but there's 25 more psychic coming.
You try to, yeah, you try to get out of the way, and he ends up, clipping you on the side, and then
And I
grabs,
just sit there.
and then grabs you, and looks in your face and says, "Speak no more, me."
So we're gonna fight.
We're orcs, bro.
We're fighting.
Okay. Roll initiative.
You remember you were the last one last time, too.
Already.
20.
Ooh.
18.
Not 20.
All right.
He gets first strike.
So I'm pretty much gonna go unarmed strike.
I mean, you have nothing else.
That's all I can do. Unarmed strike.
You don't have any magic, so.
Yeah.
You spin in his face, blind.
You got teeth.
We're under cape. You could bite him.
You have a mohawk.
You're a whole hobgoblin.
You have mutton chops.
Kick him in the balls.
Way to get the team together for the escape.
Shut up! This is the worst A team ever. Oh, what the fuck? What is that?
We never said we're the A
What the fuck is that?
What's an armed strike?
It's 1d4 bludgeoning damage.
Half
So
that.
that you get to roll a d4. 20. Not 20.
Seriously.
It's a +5. +5.
Plus 5 for what?
That was the hit. So it technically goes to not 25.
It wouldn't be it wouldn't be plus 5 because you don't have your weapon.
It's an unarmed strike. Strength.
Oh
Plus
shit!
5 to it.
Nice. Okay.
3.
So 6.
6 damage off a d4.
Okay.
Here you go.
Perfect.
That's really good.
And I'm gonna do second win. Second win. Once per short rest, you can do a
You're
bonus
gonna
action.
expend all
Oh, that's good help.
Oh, that's
You need that.
expend all this shit
Okay.
now.
Oh, I can do action surge. Let me do another action, but whatever.
You're still in the cage.
Yeah.
Half of us is dead.
12?
And you're dead. It's like-
It hits. I'm at 11.
No, sorry. Well, okay, it'd be 11. Okay.
Yeah,
All
okay.
right. 7.
7 damage?
I'm just watching.
So these two were just kind of like trading blows back and forth, like swinging at each other. Traditional slugfest.
Good.
There are no slugs here.
Alright, so I'm gonna do another unarmed attack. We're in this. What are you gonna do?
You gonna kill him?
I'm gonna beat him. Beat him till I feel I'm
I'm just
good.
gonna punch him, that's it.
You gonna kill him?
I got nothing else!
Kill him.
You could be more restrictive with it. Unarmed attacks.
Right.
Hit him in the eyes, go for the throat. Nah.
Get him in the balls.
He looks like he likes the violence, so we're going, if he's swinging, I'm swinging.
He's an orc.
So we're just trading slugs to
We
see
all
who drops
about that
first,
violence,
knee
bro.
first.
Just do it, bro.
Roll it.
You got sucking off the time.
That was a 5 plus 5. That's
So
10.
10.
10. Oh my God,
I feel like it's
His armor class is better than
It bounced off the side of the box, so that was what fucked it up.
10 does not hit.
That's fine.
roll the
But
D.
after you swing at him and just narrowly miss, he's actually starting to kind of feel that last punch that you landed on him, and he kind of backs away and roll a perception check then.
I got plus nothing on that. It's 10.
Plus nothing.
Plus nothing.
Uh,
Plus nada.
I can at least tell you this much, the step back he's taken, it looks like he's actually trying to disengage, like that something has changed about how he views you,
Okay.
that it doesn't look like he wants to fight anymore. And he actually kind of lowers his hands and takes a couple of steps back and then kind of nods at you.
And I nod back. And I will fill you in later. And I'll just turn around and walk away.
Watching you two fight.
And he follows you.
He follows me?
He follows
Yeah.
you.
Watching you.
Fucking yeah.
Watching you
I
two
got a
fight.
friend. You got a prison bitch. I turn around and I say, did we just become best friends?
Watching you two
So much
fight.
room for activity.
Don't go far.
So much room for activities.
Some inspiration. I'm gonna come watch you talk to the tree.
All right, and at this point,
Go 5.
so you bring everyone over well, you bring Ront. Still, the others are kind of like looking around, like they don't understand what's going on.
That's fine.
I mean, the three biggest guys in the prison have walked up to the tree.
Is the prince, did he come up too?
No, he's still on the side as well. Everyone's kind of like looking around, like quizzically, like they don't understand what's going on.
Alright, that's fine. I'll talk to him by ourselves.
And listen to
So we're gonna talk to the tree now.
Okay.
Alright. So everyone, I know we are locked up together. Well, who was a thief in when you were free? Who was the common sleight of hand thief in the real world?
As you're saying that, Jim Jar kind of like he's I shouldn't say use his name because you guys haven't asked, but whatever. So the one deep gnome that came over, Jim Jar,
He's gonna fuck the plan up.
he seems kind of like very kind of casual. He's even got like a small little rock that's about the shot.
Side of a coin, and he's just flickering
It's
it.
the size and shape of a coin, and he's kind of like just like flicking it up in the air and catching it and like kind of fondling and playing with it. He's like, I've been known to take a few things here and there.
You might be of use to this crazy idea I have.
How are we talking? How can I hear you? Your lips don't move. I don't understand.
At this point, Stool kind of like stands up a little bit taller in the center. It is because of me.
I don't understand.
We are speaking with our minds.
I don't like it, but I'll listen.
Cool. Alright. So, as I was cleaning the shit piles earlier out of the rooms, I saw the chest. I don't know what's in the chest because the ruckus that happened earlier that got someone killed. Or we don't know because they took them away. 2 of our people that could have been bodies.
Whose people? Not my people.
They are our people because we could have used them
They're
as
not
shields.
my people. My people are dead.
That sounds like a personal problem, buddy. That may house some of our equipment in one of the rooms. So I asked, who is able to break in without causing a lot of, what's the word here, notice to themselves?
Grok has fear. Grok is not fear.
So he's not it, and we're gonna move on.
The dwarf maiden kind of steps up a little bit and says, well, one thing I do know is that the only way we can even attempt to get anything that any of our possessions back would be to get out of this cage first.
Yes.
So we have to find a way to get out of here without being noticed, and then
We don't need much. We would just need a knife or 2 that's able to conceal.
Jim Jar steps up and says, well, I could probably pick the lock again if we have some sort of suitable distraction, and I'd have some small needles or something to work with.
Yes, that's perfectly fine. What I was thinking is, whoever goes on that detail, you're going in a group. One causes the distraction for the other. You have to move fast. We can find something to pick the locks.
I can distract.
At this point, you guys hear, it sounds like someone's approaching. You hear quite a few footsteps and a sound that sounds kind of like something being drugged, like scraping kind of on the stone. And a few drow step up to the cage, open it, and then toss in these 2 on the ground in the center.
Okay.
And you can see that they're somehow not dead.
So I walk up to both of them. Are we awake?
The drow leave, of course, and close the gate and lock it again.
I walk up.
Yeah, you're regaining consciousness.
So okay, it's kind of like
You're coming out of it. Yeah.
okay.
While they both kind of wake up semi, do we have water there?
Yeah. What?
Water.
You get watered twice a day,
So we don't have.
so you don't actually have any in the cell with you.
All right. So I walk up to them and. So I heard you guys had a rough day.
I have no respect for either one of you.
One.
Big guy. Calm down.
There is no calm. We are in prison. And you don't want to be here.
You
I cannot hear my goddess.
Oh my god. Go back to the corner and hear her. I heard her call you.
You heard nothing.
Okay.
You are not privileged enough to hear her.
Okay, big guy.
We're prone or
You're like on the ground, but you're
waking up.
You're
You're
regaining
always on the
consciousness.
ground. You're a flirt.
I avoid him and I go to him.
the worst one. Okay, go ahead.
The ballsy one.
I heard what you did. You got stumped, kid. Okay, so we are hatching a plan. I think your talents may be abused.
Sure, whatever. As long as I get the fuck out of this cage.
We will be getting out of this cage.
And
Now,
who do you have so far recruited for this plan of yours?
most of the big ones and some of the sneaky ones.
Mind the
So I'm just talking to you. We're away from the, because they threw you not in the middle. They kind of just chucked you in the front of the cage and closed it.
okay.
But if you move closer to the middle where the rest of us is, you will be able to talk to everybody with communicating telepathically.
Sure.
So mushroom guy.
Walk up to the mushroom guy and stand there.
Okay. At this point, some of the other prisoners, especially the other two deep gnomes that were kind of off on their own, they know something's happening, so they also walk over, following him into the cloud to see what's going on.
Is it a visible cloud or like is it?
It's a visible cloud, yeah.
So this is what I was thinking. While you were having your fun outside, I was cleaning the rooms of their shit and saw a chest with a nice sized chest there that looks like it can house interesting things that may or may not help us. I want to get into that chest to see if we can use anything from in there to get us out. I don't want to steal everything that's in there because that's going to draw too much attention. But I figure one or two blades may help us.
Okay.
For the beginning.
And first off, how do you plan on getting out of the cage? Then how do you plan on slipping through the guards? And then how do you plan on opening it and then doing it all?
We're doing it during the working times. One is going to draw the attention of the guards while the other one hurries to open the chest.
Then I take it you want me to cause a distraction?
No.
Wait,
You take some of the other ones, huh?
You didn't fuck with smoke with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
But if by any chance you and the smaller creatures in here are on the same detail, that would be perfect.
So who's all in this spore circle right now?
At this point, everyone except for
The prince?
Prince Darendil, the frog dude.
I'm gonna try walking into the group.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Try it.
The mushroom guy is small, right?
Mushroom king.
No, he's actually really tall and
No,
spindly.
I said small.
His name is Stool.
Stool?
Yeah.
Throw it on at him, man.
So the drow, the male prisoner drow, the Kutoa, the frog dude, Darendil, Prince Darendil are the only ones that are not in the telepathic link at this point. But they are watching intently. Like they know they at this point
They're intrigued, but they
there's
don't
something
want to.
happening, but they're a little hesitant.
Okay, cool.
I think first things in order, we need names as far as who we're working with. So
True.
everyone that can hear me, what are your names and how can you be helpful?
I am Grok the Fearless.
That's
I
the
can
big.
distract.
That's the big thing.
Yeah. Okay. And I'll return to the other people.
Okay, yeah, so at this point, the dwarf shield maiden, she's like, my name is Eldrith. Jim Jar, he says, my name is Jim Jar. Ront, obviously everyone at this point knows his name. Stool repeats his name for everyone. My name is Stool. And the two deep gnomes that have now kind of gotten in the mix, they say in quick succession, Topsy, Tabby!
Oh boy. I turned to Stool and I asked Stool, is there any other things you could do?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Can you attack tree?
Hold up. Still.
Big guy. Relax.
This is relaxed.
All right, stay quiet there.
I turned.
You stay quiet.
While they're going back
You're
and
not
forth, I turned to Stool, and I just, real quick, like, hey, obviously I've been out of the picture. Are we talking about what we talked about earlier?
What were we talking about earlier?
Yeah. Us getting out? We're seeing your
Yes.
hometown?
Yes.
All right.
The others, everyone may not want to go to my place, but if we do decide to go there, my people will offer us sanctuary and safety.
Dude,
That's a lovely thought.
you trust these guys?
It is hard to trust anyone, but I don't see that we have many options.
Alright.
We do not work together, we die together.
Pretty much. So Stool.
Okay.
Who knows what the plans that the Drow have for us are? I mean,
Well,
they could have anything planned for us at this point.
this is why I want to ask you, because right now, you're the only person I trust here, so you're vouching for them. So,
What do you bring to the table?
Is he in the? Did he,
Yeah.
Just Stool let him in.
yeah, I was the first one to talk to Stu.
First of all, I look at Stool. Really?
All right.
What do you bring to the table?
I get it, but really.
What do you need?
He literally asked the lady one or two needs.
Well, if you shut your mouth, I can tell you what you need. You need to get out, don't you?
I didn't see you planning anything, and hush your mouth, little one.
You want to know what I have?
No.
I'll tell you. I have a pipe. I have other items.
You have
I can
feathers
tell
and you're
you
small
also,
and you're useless.
I have intel.
You're useless.
Wait, what intel do you have?
Okay, two things. One, a lot of the Drow masters, they're actually talking about, I overheard them talking about sending the prisoners to the Drow city soon. So I didn't get an exact date, but
That is dangerous.
It is.
We will never escape the Drow City.
So that means we will have to break out soon.
We have to
Exactly.
leave soon.
now the other thing I did hear, it was fortunate, but apparently Elvira's losing favor with the Drow warriors. They're not liking her right now.
Cool.
So we may be able to use that to our advantage into maybe manipulate them.
Topsy and Turvy at this point kind of like take turns speaking. It's probably Jorlin. Yes, Jorlin. He, the one with the scar on his face, he used to be the consort of Vilmar, but now he no longer provides that service.
Is he around?
He is, yes,
Can you see him?
he's not currently guarding us.
Okay. The next time before our escape that you see him, please give me some.
Yes, we will point him out.
Thank you.
Yes, we will.
Appreciate it.
Now, can we get back to this plan, because right now we have nothing. Aside from what Stool, was it? From Stool City, is there any other cities nearby that we might be able to
The
get to?
closest city.
Well, I'm not from around here. I've been traveling.
None of us is from around here.
Eldith, I'm sorry, at this point speaks up and says, the only way I know is if we can get out of here, we can head back to Gauntlgrid. my kingdom and my king would certainly not only provide aid, but perhaps be able to help us in other ways. It would be a long journey. We would have to get out of the Underdark first. I unfortunately don't know my way.
Does anybody know their way from around here?
And the current group that you have right now, the only people who have the only person who has like a specific destination is still. Keep in mind that not everyone is part of this conversation, so who knows what the others may know.
You also got to be, Stool told me earlier, we got to be careful because we have a lot, we are severely outnumbered with all the guards, not just with the Drow, but with the Gorgoth. Quaggoth. But there's also giant spiders that these guys have. Like,
Is there any?
I'm not afraid of spiders.
Fucking yay. Is there any of the spiders around that we can physically
You guys
see?
haven't actually seen any, but you can at times hear them, and they sound big. I mean, like the size of like.
I asked that because I want to see if I can use animal handling.
I mean, you haven't actually physically seen.
That's why I'm saying if we can see it,
then you can,
I will have to get close to one and try to.
are we in shackles in the cage?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Yeah, and I should have explained this earlier, so I apologize. So you have iron bands around your waist that your hands are kind of chained to a little bit, and you also have iron collars around your necks that also have chains coming to your hands, so you really don't have a lot of movement, which is why pretty much anytime you do anything, it's going to be probably a disadvantage, but you're pretty well restrained with that. It makes it kind of difficult to do anything.
So, and I mean, you guys talked about this, I'm sure, but like, how we're gonna get out of these first?
We haven't talked about that at all.
Not yet.
There's not one person here that can pick a lock?
That's what we were getting at.
Jim Jar is
the only one.
I need the proper tools. I need something sharp, I need something thin, and at least 3 or 4 inches long.
Will a feather do?
I was just about to say you goddamn feather.
I don't know if the feather would be strong enough. I can try.
I mean,
There's only one way to find out.
I'll take that hit.
We're still only looking at 1/20th of the whole problem. We're betting everything on this chest that you've seen. We're outnumbered. We're betting everything on your feather being able to pick a lock. And we still only don't know where we're going.
Okay.
And one thing I can say for sure is when I got beaten, they brought me back to some sort of temple and were able to restore me. So keep in mind that if we do damage or possibly even kill any of their kind, they more than likely have abilities to
Bring them
undo that.
Okay.
So, how far is your hometown?
Not exactly sure, but
Bird boy.
I'm not familiar
Can I get
with
a second here?
this particular cave. Once I get to a more familiar area, I will be able to say.
You said it first.
Okay. Alright, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Cool. Just like the ability you have to link us all, is there any other abilities you have?
You already asked.
Your spores, do they do anything else when you want them to other than communicate all of us?
As far as I know, I'm only able to do this. It is not just something for speaking creatures. I can speak to most creatures with my spores.
Now, how far does your spores go? How large of a distance can you cover?
It is typically, I'll just explain this as again, it's typically like a 10-foot radius.
All right, cool. Can you dig your feet into the ground and... He's a mushroom. They have roots. Come on here. I'm trying.
This is hard stone. I'm not able to like.
But when you go outside, if you go outside where the water is,
Does anybody want to?
I'm not sure I understand what you're asking.
Let me ask you this, your spores. When used on someone, do they know that they're connected, or to whom is speaking at the moment?
Yes.
Okay.
You can recognize, even though nothing on my body is actually moving, you can recognize that the link, the telepathy that we have, the conversation, you can tell who it's coming from.
Okay.
Is there a reason why we're not bringing in those other guys?
They chose not to come.
They're weak.
Were they invited?
Yes, I went to everybody and talked to everybody.
They understood you?
No. That's because all these speak common.
If only there was some way to communicate with someone.
How about we all
Sport,
just
can you
shift
just
our
magically make everybody understand everybody's language?
They have to be in the circle.
Can you?
I couldn't get them to the circle.
Well, I can, but their range on this is not very good, so
Can you move closer to them, and then we'll all move closer to them?
we could, yes.
Then we group huddle.
Okay.
You know, as opposed to doing this.
When have we done things?
I was thinking of fucking.
Not one of you was like, hey, come
Listen,
here.
I'm thinking of the replacements with Keanu Reeves, where he's like, and this is why you died, episode 1. But I'm back.
Okay. All right, so you guys shuffle around, and now everyone is part of the link.
Does anybody have any sharp tools? Any metals?
Everyone,
Not your shackles.
everyone responds and goes around.
I have a
says they
pipe
don't
too.
have anything.
We have pipes.
I have rope.
Yeah, rope.
I have rope.
At this point, Jinjar, who as everyone did the Keanu Reeves shuffle over there, sorry, got a beard here in my face. As everyone was doing the shuffle, he was shuffling as well, but you trying to use the feather to pick one of the wrist locks, and at this point he shares with everyone, unfortunately it's not sturdy enough, and he shows like the broken tip of the feather. You need something a bit more sturdy.
Rip off a piece of his beak. Or, no, your nails.
My talon is too.
It's too thick. I need something smaller and thin.
Your penis.
No, too big.
No.
So,
What about a tooth?
All right, at this point,
What about a tooth?
What about a tooth?
that's just again too thick.
What if he files it down?
It is found down.
I mean, it's possible. I don't know how long that would take. However, at this point, now that the Darrow Bupido is part of the group, he's like, what about the darts the Drow use? Would one of those work?
Yeah.
Jinjar's like, yes, actually, one of those would work. We need to get our hands on one. I could try with that.
where did they keep the dogs?
And us after they shoot us.
Big guy, start doing your thing.
Oh, now you want to talk to me.
I've been talking to you the whole time.
No, you keep telling me to go away.
No, I keep telling you to calm down. Different thing. No, you're taking it that way. I want you in the group. Calm down.
I am calm.
Now, lose your shit.
What is this shit that you talk about?
Get angry.
I am angry. I'm
More
stuck
angry.
here.
Is there? I know this. This is Bupido speaking again. I don't want to assume, but have we all actually searched in here to see if there might be a spare one laying around?
You made a good fucking. I'm gonna look around.
I'll
You
be
actually
wanting
said
to
that.
attack someone.
While he does that, I'm gonna bring up. I have an idea of how we can possibly get a dot shot at us while in the cave.
I'm gonna look and see if I see one on the ground.
I'm also
While he's sharing his idea, I'm gonna look too.
Does anyone have any magic capabilities of any spectrum?
I do.
I got an 18.
My goddess has given me
14
magic.
flat 18.
For investigation.
Yeah.
And 14. And you don't get a plus to that.
No!
Hold on. Let me check.
All my thing is on strength.
Investigation.
I'm a fucking A.
18,
I rolled
you
a
said?
nat 20, so
Yes.
21. It's actually a B. The nat 20 on the dice is a B. I rolled a nat 20, so it's a 21.
Okay, 21.
These things are loaded.
You've been
No,
rolling 14s all
I got
day.
14.
I rolled a 12 at one point.
Loaded!
They're not. They're D&D decks.
Okay.
I didn't roll. I was investigating. I was talking.
I did
He
investigate.
was just
that.
sharing
I
with
was just asking who can do any spectrum range of magic.
Okay. All right. So you guys aren't able to find anything.
That sucks.
Should have seen that one.
As far as you were asking someone specifically about magic?
No, the
or-
group in the sport.
What was your question specifically? Sorry.
If anyone has the capability of doing any range of magic.
At this point, Eldra says, I'm fairly certain this entire section that you're kept in is covered with an anti-magic field, meaning that no matter what, we wouldn't be able to use any spells or anything inside the slave pen.
So we don't need them to actually get used. And Ron, you were spot on. They have an anti-magic field, so whatever you're working with, good job. We just need someone to attempt it.
Ron kind of stands a little bit taller now.
We just need someone to attempt it. Attempt this spell. Doesn't matter if it works. We just need an attempt.
A sacrificial lamb.
Bukudo is going to kind of step in a little bit here. We all saw how quickly they detected whatever it was you did.
My point exactly.
I don't know if anything is going to be detected here. Does anyone actually know magic?
Brock,
I don't.
I know magic.
Do you know magic?
I know magic. My goddess gave it to me.
Cool, do it.
I try and cast minor illusion.
Okay. So as you go to cast minor illusion, nothing
I'm
happens.
I watched,
Doesn't work
And you
here.
guys wait.
I watched if any of the guards or anyone takes notice at
You
all.
guys wait about 10 minutes, and it doesn't seem like there's any recognition that anything was even attempted. A couple of the guards that are watching, that are on like the rope bridge across the way, kind of take a peek occasionally. Nothing out of the normal into the slave pen, but it doesn't appear that anyone notices anything happen.
Okay, well
It was
that's
useless.
It didn't work. My theory was, whenever I used my spell down below, she was able to pinpoint me, and not just magic in
It
general.
might be because we got out the cage.
Well, I understand that. I was hoping even inside the cage, they would pinpoint magic inside, even if it doesn't go off. But so we are probably going to have to do it outside,
Yes.
and we're still going to have to risk when we get pinpoint, that sort of thing. So that's all I got at the moment.
Now, Prince, are you able to speak to the other ones here?
I am not a Quaggoth.
I'm not saying you are, but do you speak their language?
Undercommon.
Do you understand them?
Undercommon
You speak
is what the
under.
Quaggoths speak.
Yes, most Underdark sentient creatures speak Undercommon.
How sentient are they typically?
I would imagine they're perhaps maybe not as intelligent as I, but most assuredly more intelligent than goblins.
Does anyone else speak Undercommon?
Most Underdark
So you-
creatures.
I'm talking about the group.
Oh, in the group.
So we just gonna throw shots at goblins now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone together.
Yeah, pretty much everyone except for Eldith and Jimjar who speak Common, the rest of them speak Undercommon.
I don't.
Ront
I don't.
Ront does not speak Undercommon and only a little bit of Common.
Of course, the playful characters don't.
So you might, I like your,
Where I'm going,
where you're going. You might be able to, for those that speak uncommon,
sway them.
sway each one of them to possibly assist us or even attack the drow. If we get them riled up enough.
Pardon me.
Damn,
I thought that was
came
in
with a
character.
soul.
That was the orc.
Yeah. It was wrong, yeah.
Because if we can sway at least a couple of them to our side, they're strong.
There's definitely a risk if we reach out to try and sway them, they could potentially rat us out.
Well,
Is it better than what we're doing now, which is nothing?
Wouldn't it be better to try to sway one of the drow? But since
they're gonna be too smart and too loyal.
Set that one guard.
Is there a drought?
I want to see if we can sway him to kind of
Is there a
take
drought?
range, if you so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one male drow on the table with us.
Because it seems like he has a problem with the priestess.
I think we harder to persuade a drow than it would be to trick one of the gorillas.
I agree with you.
What about the drow that's here? And I point to the.
He hasn't spoken a word.
Why are you with us and not with your own?
I'm gonna walk over to him and grab him and pull him into the smoke. Is he not in the smoke? Is he?
He is, yeah. He has not participated.
So I asked him the question.
He's not responding.
I'm gonna walk up to him and try and intimidate him to talk.
Okay.
speak.
Intimidation.
Intimidation.
Ancient neighbors. Torture.
Just gyrate.
Where's my mushrooms?
I'm not sure.
Doing
Intimidation. 10.
And
So you do whatever you try to do to intimidate him.
I'm
which
just
is
gonna
what?
persuade.
See what that
I'm
looks
gonna
like.
persuade him to talk.
Give us a 10 on intimidation.
I take it it's not a success.
It's not a success.
He just wants to see it play out.
I want to see it play out, yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to him and I'm gonna grab him and I'm gonna shake him. Speak! And then chuck him to the ground because he doesn't say anything.
That's not a 10.
That is
It's
a 10.
more of a try to pick him up and you kind of get a cramp at the same time where you can't lift him.
No, that's like a 1. A 10
No,
is shaking.
one.
You trying to go there, slip, smack your face on the bar.
Look, I described my 10.
That was not a 10, by the way. That's more of a succeed, and he just still don't give a fuck.
No, I shook him and he has no.
So he basically
And then just
shoots your hands off and
You try to grab him, he goes.
continues sitting in the corner.
So I'm gonna just try to persuade him to talk. Like, hey man, I'm trying to reason with him to get him to talk.
You're gonna try to reason with him?
Are you doing like
I'm
charisma?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Let's see it.
How does he look like physically?
Physically,
He's got a scar, right?
huh?
No, that's
Like,
That's the other one with the scar, right?
Yeah, he doesn't.
Not physically, but like, is there any like?
No, which one is
He's
charisma?
bedraggled.
Which one is charisma?
Is that a word?
Oh,
He's
Bedazzled is the word.
trying to
He's
see.
very scruffy looking. Like it looks like he's worn tattered rags for clothes for at least a few weeks, what they call 10 days, right?
It's on your
He's
ability. First page.
Hold on, no. I'm gonna try to get off of his Wi-Fi. That's why it's going slow.
he clearly hasn't, most of you guys haven't really had like proper baths or showers or anything, but there's something specific about him. It looks like he's been here for a long time, or at least captive
18.
for a long time.
Charisma.
What was this for?
Charisma. Just trying to
Persuade him to speak.
get him to
Persuasion.
talk. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what do you say? What does an 18 sound like?
We're really not trying to force you to sit here and do something you don't want to do. But if there's anything that you can tell us that's gonna help us, I'm pleading to speak. Give us anything. Hell, just give us your name.
Give us a sign. My name is Sirith.
Why are you here, sir?
I've been accused of murdering one of my fellow drow.
And you
I
did or didn't?
don't have any memory. I
Do you,
honestly go back and forth between thinking this is some grand setup to get me out of the way and wondering if I actually did do it.
and as he speaks, I just give him my hand and say, I'm Travis.
He looks at your hand and kind of turns his head away.
I'm not here to judge you, or
What do you want?
so you worked in this place,
I worked at another outpost nearby.
similar to this,
Yes.
and is there anything that you can give us that's going to help us to get out? Any information? I'm not asking you
You
to
surface
betray.
dwellers are so
I'm not asking you to betray the people.
deluded, thinking that you can escape the drought.
What's to say that we won't?
Side question.
No one ever escapes the drought.
Real quick
I've
question.
never been.
Can we hear you guys conversate?
Are we in the sport?
Or are we in the sport or we're not in the sport?
Yeah, I think everyone's in the sports.
I mean, well, regardless, he only speaks common, so.
Well, the score is kind of.
In the sport breaks that down. Okay, so if I can hear this,
Sweet Jesus.
no, this is what, wait. I know you say no one escapes a drought, but I'm gonna chime in here and say we need to escape the drought because we're running into the city. We're gonna take us to the city.
What do you want?
We want your.
Just that you'll talk.
We're working on this.
I'm not helping. You're not going to escape.
Even if we don't escape, we have to try. Is what's waiting for us better?
I don't care.
What if you're innocent? Do you care then?
Whether I'm actually innocent or not doesn't matter.
What does?
What the drow think, and they think I did it.
If you can prove your innocence, does that matter?
I can't speak to you today.
Thanks.
All right, I've
Look, if you really want to have any chance, the only way that I can see is to somehow convince him to help you. And he points at the front of the gate, and everyone, of course, turns to look and sees a disfigured drow warrior standing there, holding a few trays of food. And he kind of looks around and says, it's like someone wants to get out of here.
Maybe. Maybe.
I mean, that's pretty obvious.
I just look at him and say, maybe.
All right, so you're saying he's saying that loud.
It's you saying that because you're gonna rat us out, or you're saying that because you may have.
Hypothetically speaking, if you were to escape, to have some way to get out of this cage, what would you do?
I don't want to kill any of your people. I just want to get out. Now, if the battle ensues, I cannot help. If out of my means to stop, I'm not going for you if you help.
I guess it comes down to a matter of trust. If I give you a way to escape, would you take it?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
What do you want in return?
What all drow want. Chaos.
Hold on.
Chaos is like.
We'll have to pick that back up next time.
Fuck! I was gonna go deep in that one.